It just startles me every single time.
It's so unsettling.
It's
It's
so
like a
jarring.
threat. Yeah.
All right, welcome to the second episode of Chasin, Honey, the podcast where we talk about our dreams and how we'll never become the next Meryl Streep or Leonardo DiCaprio, and why J.K. Rowling hates Transylvania.
Well, yay! And the crowd goes wild.
All the five people on the stage.
Yeah, that's not us.
No, it's not just carbon copies of us. No,
Just
um,
copy pasted us 50 times.
just Activision is copy and pasted versions of us, like they do with Call of Duty.
Or just like the audiences in like Rock Band and Guitar Hero, it's the same people, just multiplied.
Honestly, horrifying to see it like a doppelganger yourself. Like, you know how terrifying that would be to see
I
another version, like a little carbon copy of yourself just staring right back at you, and it's not a mirror.
I still haven't seen anybody who could be like a doppelganger for me. I mean, there was one person on what's that one prank show that people really like?
In Practical Jokers,
That one. Yeah, like I did see somebody on there. I had to do a double take and I was like, "Ooh, they look almost just like me." And then I looked closely and I was like, "You know what? I was incorrect." But for a second they had me, and that's the closest I'll ever get to seeing my own doppelganger.
I think the closest I'll get to seeing my own doppelganger is when I watch Outer Banks. It's because a lot of people said I look like Chase Stokes, and he plays John B
Oh
on
yeah.
that show.
There's also
Like,
this one person that like
oh
gets
no,
recommended on my Facebook friend suggestions, and every time I'm like, "Is that Sean?" And then I look at the name and it's like, "No, that's not Sean," but it looked like him.
Jane, you should know we're already friends on Facebook, so why would I be in your recommended?
Because you could have another account that I don't know about. I don't know your
Yeah, a
life.
fake account. I keep so many secrets. I'm so mysterious. I get it.
Totally.
Did you do anything fun
It's
over
'cause
Super
you're
Bowl
so
weekend?
famous.
Yeah, I know. I've
Uh,
always been so famous.
every time somebody asks me what I did this week, my brain just like error 404 cuts out, and it's like you don't remember any of your life at all.
Sound
Well,
like
I
me.
worked on my webcomic a little bit. That's about it. I
Didn't watch the
edited
Super
that
Bowl.
vlog finally. Oh yeah, for the people that don't know, when we were filming the 48-hour film challenge, we were actually doing a real vlog of what was happening, and 6 months later, I finally got around to editing it and making it funny and cute and entertaining.
For the people who don't know what a 48 hour is, it's a film festival. That's like pretty much our competition. We draw a genre out of a hat, and we have 48 hours to write, film in, edit, and turn in said film.
Yep.
To let you know, Jane, I had no idea that a real blog was actually being made the whole fucking time.
You looked straight at the camera. What are you talking about?
I literally didn't know it was happening. I thought Nick
Oh,
was just
weird.
fucking around. I didn't think that footage was gonna get used.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then when you said you're editing a vlog for the 48, I was like, oh no. They
Plot twist.
they
It was
fucking actually
real.
did it. Oh
I'm still
no.
so mad because like you and me vibing in the vlog was so much more interesting than how we were vibing on screen, and I was like, dang it, we
It's
should have used some of this footage for the film.
well, it's probably because the footage that was used in the vlog probably didn't go with what they wanted with the script.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Within like the guidelines of what like Victor and Chase wanted us to like portray. I think we did a really good job at that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
we were
like
definitely over the top, ridiculously cute. It was a vibe.
it was terrible. I hated every second of it. I'm just kidding. I had a blast playing your fake boyfriend, Jade. But
Yes.
I'm a lot of people's fake boyfriends. It's great. But yeah, I think it
That's
was
so
just
true though.
honestly my on-screen love life is better than my real life love life.
I feel it though. I can relate for sure. Because I keep like being with people that are either like need to be secretive for some reason, or they're like, I don't like being on camera. And it's like, how am I supposed to do a bunch of cutesy shit?
Like I used to hate seeing my face on screen or hearing my voice in a recording. But now
Mood.
I'm over it. I just don't even care anymore.
I actually didn't realize that I had like severe, what's it called? Stage fright and stuff until I started film school, and I was like, maybe I could work on YouTube videos and stuff. And then I tried to film myself and I was like, oh, this is an awkward time to
Mhm.
discover that this is a
Yeah.
problem. And we're gonna be in each other's movies, so it's like, all right, I gotta find a way to get over this real quick.
My cat's eating a spider. Sorry, I just looked over and she's just, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, dude, she's wild. And anyway, sorry. But yeah, I when I was in school, I used to hate doing like public speaking. It used to give me so much anxiety. And people
Mood.
would come up to me and be like, "You look like you're about to cry." I was like, "Yeah, probably. I fucking hated being up there."
Oh, mood.
But I think that's why a lot of people in my graduating class are probably super surprised that I do acting. It's
It's
because of that.
fair. That
Like,
pipeline is very different.
yeah, it's like 10 years ago, I was afraid to talk in front of people. And now I could literally kiss a random person that I met 5 hours ago in front of 17 on screen and make it look believable.
Woohoo!
It's it's wild. This is actually a segue. What was your like big inspiration to get into film or making any kind of art?
I think it came from childhood because I vividly remember, um, so I was like kind of home alone a lot. Like I wasn't alone, but like I was with
Oh,
my
like
grandma, but she didn't
Macaulay
speak
Culkin,
English.
yeah.
Yeah, basically. So I couldn't really talk to her and she would just hang out in her room. So I would be in the living room, with myself and the TV. I couldn't read the numbers, but I could figure out the channels, totally unsupervised and unhinged. And I would just act out little shows all by myself and like turn the room into a set. And then I would like be a little director, but also be an actress and then also be the little script writer and just do all these things. And I was like, huh, this is a great time. And then I got older and I was still more alone because I couldn't like travel and hang out with friends yet. So I was like, okay, what if I just like make my own little stories out of like Legos and stuff? I think at some point I was just thinking about like stop motion and I like made a script for it and everything. I was also becoming a writer because I got into writing. And then at some point in life, it occurred to me that filmmaking is a job that people can do. And I was like, huh. What if I did that job? Let's see, how do we do this? I think later I became a teenager, unfortunately. Worst, would not
Yeah.
recommend, 0 out of 10.
Yeah, if I could skip those years, I would love to.
Oh my god, for real. So I got a cute little notebook and I watched the credits of Up and I just like paused everything and I wrote down what all the roles were, like script supervisor, effects person, like voice actors, and like
Yeah.
the never ending list. And I was like, whoa, a lot of things go into this. And then I Googled, like, how do movies make it to theaters? And I just wrote down everything in existence.
It's the most generic Google search. How do
Right, for
movies get how are babies made? Do
exactly.
they arrive on stork?
Yeah, like how do I do literally anything up in this bitch? And then
Gynecologists be like,
for real. I think I was like 16 or something. And my neighbor heard word that I was like interested in film and he had some connections with this place called Real Girls Film. It's spelled GRRLS cuz we're fierce. And it's an all
Mhm.
girls like little course academy thing for filmmaking that like teaches girls like the basics, like what goes into making a movie, what like it was like a few weeks and then you get into like little groups and you just make a movie. It's from ages like child to 18 and I was like right in the middle. So I was like, okay, this is cool. So my mom like dropped me off and then I got to like meet a bunch of other women that were interested in film and learn like the basics and I was like, okay, well, I absolutely love this. How do I keep doing this? And then in community college, I actually went for design and art and animation and shit, but I took screenwriting. That's where I met Nick. And then there was some video production on the side, and I was like, well, I've wanted to make movies my whole life, so let's tap into that. Let's see what happens. Getting into film school was fascinating because I actually wasn't going to go originally. My mom was forcing me to go to the UW, and while they were taking forever to get back to me, I stumbled upon Seattle
That's
Film
bullshit.
Institute.
That's
Yeah, as
bullshit.
a
You're Asian. You should be able to get
I
into
know.
dub like super easy.
Well, I mean, I got in like with no problems, but my dumbass applied for the wrong year because I wasn't done at community college yet, so I had to like
Oh,
reapply and
shit.
stuff. But I didn't want to reapply because I fell in love with the Film Institute because it's like a tiny campus, so I don't have to get lost for like 50 miles. It's right there. it's so I could just easily bus instead of having to like consider living on like it was so much less intimidating and it
Mhm.
was focused on film. Whereas if I go to UW, it's like, why am I going? Like, what do they have there? I don't actually know. I don't actually care. Well, since my mom was like forcing me and stuff, I sabotaged my chances of getting back into the UW on purpose, and then got into the film institute because getting into school is not the hard part. Applying for the right year is apparently a challenge.
I guess if you have
Right?
trouble
Yeah.
knowing what year it is.
For real.
Jesus, Jane. You really
I
fumbled
know.
the bag on this one. You could have gone to UW.
I know, but I'm glad I didn't because I did the math, and if I stayed for 4 years at the UW, it would have cost more, and I would have been unhappy the whole time.
What,
And
like $250,000 in debt?
yeah, exactly. And also, I dodged the pandemic too, so because the year after I left the Film Institute, it was 2020, and I'm so glad that the events that happened in this timeline happened. But I got to Seattle Film Institute, and the director person was like, I like this person. Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Yeah, can I get started just like right now?" So I had to wait until September because that's when everything starts. And I was like, ugh, waiting is so gross. This is so annoying. Just let me make movies, god damn it. And
Yeah,
then we
that
started
sucks.
making, yeah, we started making movies and shit. And I was like, this is what I was meant to do. I'm here for it.
You're like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. This is what I've been
So,
waiting for your whole life.
exactly.
Me, the drunk uncle at like a birthday party.
But yeah, that's basically summary of my life. It's always been just a passion. It's just a matter of like, how do I get to point Z? Yeah.
So you've been doing it pretty much your whole life.
Yeah, I wasn't good, but I
I
tried
mean,
the whole time.
that's good when they first start.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's
maybe
just,
there's like some prodigies, but fuck them. This ain't about
I
them.
mean, no, no such thing. When it comes to like acting and stuff like that, you kind of have to like really practice that or really put your mind into it. You really have to believe what's on the paper in front of you when it comes to reading a script and like, I am this person, and you have to believe what you're saying, which is a huge part of acting.
I feel like you also have to like really want it and like have that drive to go for it. Cause like if you don't really, really want it and you get like forced into it, like, can you be good after that?
I mean, there's a bunch of kids that got forced into it, and look what happened to them. Drug problems. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands of like people that I could pick from. Everything that I'm talking about right now. I'm a little buzzed. Probably why I'm like losing track here, but you know
That's
what I'm
okay.
saying.
That's the best way to record a podcast.
But no, I wasn't into it at like a young age like you were. I mean, I remember like fucking around with my neighbors and stuff and acting out like our favorite scenes from like Star Wars movies or other movies or just making our own like dumb little stories. But I never really got into it until like junior year of high school when I started taking like video production. I guess technically writing the Friday morning show, I'd give ideas and then they would pick up like a small piece of my idea and then throw their own dog shit idea on top of it and then just throw me in the video. And I was like, okay, whatever. And this is
Nice.
back when I had like super bad anxiety. I was like, what the fuck am I doing up here? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I kind of repressed for a long time. Like, yeah, I don't know if that's what I want to do because I spent pretty much my whole high school like life like preparing to be a professional athlete and never thought I was gonna be here talking about acting on a podcast, the fellow Asian.
Woohoo! It's
But
funny where life takes us.
yeah, life has different roads. I hit a fork and I took right instead of left.
Nice. And that's how you ended up here.
Unfortunately, yeah, Jane. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
fucking kidding. Or am I? Find out next week
Right.
on whether
If
or
we
not I'll
still have
be here.
episodes. Oh my god.
You come back next week. Yeah, Pesky Panda and AKA Sean has been replaced. He is done. He hates me.
He's been replaced with Sean with a W.
And just like that, Sean came back and killed Sean with a W. Um, we are looking for replacements. There is an ad on Indeed if you want to be a co-host of this podcast. Just
Oh my.
just a deep dive.
That would
But
be
yeah,
so weird though, because like your logo is on the cover. Like we would have to design a whole new cover.
yeah, you can't ask me for input on this one because I'll be gone.
Yeah, for real.
I'll be gone, Dutch. Ain't no goddamn oranges in Tahiti. Fastest way to Tahiti, Dutch, is through faith. I'm
For the
losing a
audience
chain.
that don't know, Sean is preparing for a role by perfecting the yeehaw accent.
Yeehaw, brother. I'm literally losing it. But no, back to the topic. I didn't really get into acting until I got the shoreline. And I took an acting class. It was weird because a bunch of people came up to me who've been doing it for much longer than I have. And I've been acting for like a month, maybe a month and a half. And they put me in a group with people who've been doing this for like at least 2 years. And I was so intimidated. And after we got done shooting the scene, this guy comes up to me and I think his name was Sam. I don't want to say his name was Sam. I just can't remember what his name was. It's been so fucking long. It's like 8 years ago, it feels like. We just call him Sam. Everybody needs a Sam in their life.
That's
Like
true.
Frodo and Jon Snow, they got a Sam. But he came up to me, he's like, "How long you been acting, man?" I was like a month or so. He's like, "Dude, you're so natural at it." And I was like, "Thanks. Thanks, yeah."
Aw.
It was all the time I spent in my room practicing to be a Backstreet Boy.
Aw.
But yeah, I was like,
That's so
dude,
wholesome.
it was like a really big compliment because I like just got into it, even though I've been really interested in it. But it was huge. I even like my teacher at the time, Tony. Did you have Tony as a teacher?
No, but like I know of him because everyone talked about him.
Yeah, he even said like he's like you're really natural at this. And I was like, thanks. Like I feel like I'm trying too hard.
Aw,
Thanks for the compliment.
so
But yeah,
sweet.
I feel like I got into it and I was like super immature. So I took a 3 year hiatus, moved away, lost all my connections, moved back, rebuilt said connections, and then
That's the way
shot
to go.
Dead Living Killers.
Yeah, you hit restart on life.
I don't think anyone wants to consider being engaged and then having it break off and then coming home and calling that a reset. That's just sad. Also, movie material, write that down.
Oh yeah, for real.
What's a movie that really got you interested in to like film?
Ooh, good question. Um,
Because there's two
hmm.
for me, but I'll let you go first.
I don't know if there's a movie that got me into it specifically, but I do know there is one movie that changed my life and made me like realize what my purpose as a storyteller and a creative and a aspiring to be inspirational person was. It's called To Write Love on Her Arms. I wouldn't be surprised if no one's fucking heard of it because it came out in like the early 2000s, I think. It's with Kat Dennings. It's a true story about this girl who was like dealing with addiction and stuff. Um, in order to get into rehab and get help and stuff, she had to be clean for like a certain amount of days. So the journey to get there was really difficult, and she stayed with like these people that took her in, because you know her parents were like, "Nah," as you do.
Mm,
And
yeah.
then, she did turn things around and then started, like, an actual organization called To Write Love on Her Arms, but then you can see her kind of, like, relapse, and she kind of has this realization, it's like that, like, progress isn't really linear,
Mm,
'cause, like, you can go back on all of that, but she felt so weird about it because all these people were, like, inspired, and she's like, "But I'm not, like, a real inspiration, I'm still not fully okay." And I was like, "That's such a raw and honest take on just life." And the way that the movie was made was just, like, so beautiful, and, like, it had me, like, crying and shit, and I was like, "That's what I wanna do. I wanna make stuff that's just
yeah, you're
raw
like,
and
yeah,
honest."
yeah, I want to make people fucking cry their fucking little bitchy eyes out.
I kinda do, though. Fun fact, though, after that, I, like, finished writing my book and stuff, back in the day, and I was able to get my book out to the right target audience because my friend's mom, my friend who is a mom, bought my book for her teenage son, and the book is about a teenage guy who's like her son's age and like
Mm,
dealing with like life and adolescence and growing up and stuff. And I've heard from her that he stayed up all night and read it and like loved it. And he doesn't normally like read books and stuff. And I was like, yes, I made it. I made somebody feel about my books the way that I feel about good books. Mission accomplished. That's what I
yeah.
want to do with all my stories and like movies and books and all that jazz. So yeah,
Honestly,
that's
nothing
my info.
Nothing feels better than when like someone actually really enjoys what you made in like an art form.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I remember I had to like help write one of the 48 hours with Ryan and Victor once, and then a coworker that I had at Wendy's. He watched the movie and then came up to me like the following day and was like, "Hey, I really like the message in your movie." And
Aw.
me not realizing there was actually a message in the movie, yeah, I just wanted to make the story come full circle. And I was like, "Oh
Yes.
shit, there is a fucking message in my movie. I didn't even realize." Yeah, thanks, man.
Aw. What a vibe.
Yeah, it was super nice. He was like super in the film and stuff like that. R.I.P. I
Yeah.
miss you, Ben.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice when like someone can connect to your art in some way, shape, or form. Like if you get them like a real like feeling and like, oh, I can relate to this. It's nice to know, and it's nice to hear back.
Exactly. Like I want to write the stories that people like need, you know?
I want to do a little bit of like that and a little bit of like, holy shit, where the hell did that come from?
Oh, yes, for real.
But the movies and or actors that really got me like inspired me growing up would probably be like I watched American Psycho. It's my brother, and I was like, I think a senior in high school. And I was like watching. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure I could play that role. Like just me overconfident on the couch for no reason,
Oh,
watching this
gross.
movie. I could be the American Psycho, and that was like the one movie that really draw me back into like, oh, I could do this if I really put my
Yes.
mind to it. And then Heath Ledger as a Joker was really fucking good to me, like an acting way. Like it was pretty cool to watch and like just to see how his mannerisms were as the Joker are completely different than how he is as a person just blew my mind. And I was like, whoa, he like completely changed his like brain chemistry just to play this one fucking character. It was still really inspiring. Like go back and like watch The Dark Knight and be like, holy shit, this guy is amazing. Imagine if he didn't pass away because of this. How many times
Oh,
would we've seen this Joker?
that would be
And
amazing.
ultimately, Leonardo DiCaprio, like he will always be my favorite actor. I think everything I've seen him in, he never really plays the same character, and I thought that was really interesting. Like you could like, oh, it's Leo, and then you continue to watch the movie, and you're like, man, this is much different than his character from Shutter Island. You know, like, wow, this guy's got some range. Like
Yeah,
his
I love seeing
characters,
actors with range so much. It's so inspiring.
I feel like it's very few these days that you see actors with a wide range. I feel like there's only a few of them left. You know, I feel like a
Oof,
lot of them
yeah.
just get typecasted and they get stuck in that typecast because it makes a shit ton of money.
Ugh, gross.
To name a few, Paul Rudd, Leo, Jake Gyllenhaal, and like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but I haven't seen him in anything recently.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But JGL has a wide range. Like he's good in almost everything that he does. Inception was also another great movie that like really sucked me in and like, whoa, like I would love to make a movie like that. That kind of got me into like more the writing aspect. I've always liked writing. And then when I jumped into high school, I jumped into creative writing class. And that was so much fun. Just the teacher being like, here's a prompt, here's a genre, just write within this genre, you can do whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. When it came to poetry, I ripped off Family Guy because I can't write poetry.
To be fair, poetry is really hard to write. I think I like tried it a little bit in school and I was just like, nope, that's a nope with a capital N.
Poetry's so hard. I love reading poetry though. If people
Oh yeah, it's
didn't know
beautiful.
that about me, it's actually really fun to read. Yeah, fun fact. I like poetry. Invite me.
Do you have any like favorite poems or poets or whatever?
Not off the top of my head, it's been years since I've like actually read poetry. I think the last time I read poetry was like college. And
Ooh.
Jan, I was in college like 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's cray cray.
I think longer than 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, for
I think it's
sure.
like 9 years ago now.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Damn.
I know it's pretty wild, isn't it? I'm pretty old.
Yeah, you're ancient.
Shut up, Jane. Fucking put you in a chokehold, bitch.
Spicy.
Oh shit in my hands, it's smeared in your face.
Ew.
Ask me, bitch. This got out of hand and out of pocket real quick.
Oh my god. Cue the sound effect that's like, stab it. Get some help.
Right, never hand me a beer on a Wednesday. I start wilding, dude. I start swinging. Like, swear to God, Jay, next time I see you, it's on site.
Oh my god. Gee.
Things are getting hostile up in here.
Well, save it for the fight scene in my movie then.
Where I kill everybody.
Well, yeah, basically.
Pretty excited about that. I can't wait.
I'm so excited to see, like, you start out all like goofy and like it's borderline homo, and then you get unhinged and mean.
Oh
Your
yeah,
range is gonna be tested.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be great going from a western to that, or that to a western. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I am also very excited to shoot Nick's movie.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm still trying to think what movie I want to make. And I'm contemplating like the bro trip movie or the gay rom com, but also like contemplating the idea of making the gay rom com into like a show.
That would be a cute show. Like every episode is like a different date and things just like keep going wrong forever.
Yeah, there's more there to work with. There's more freedom. You're not rushed to tell each other stories, and I feel like it's an idea that we could make bigger than just a short film.
Yes. I can get behind that for sure.
I mean, I could like make the first episode a short film, and that could be what gets it started. Like,
Ooh.
it wouldn't be a bad idea. I might just go with that because it'd be really easy. Like, I just picture like a big ass party in the beginning of the movie, like two-story house. It's a rager. There's kegs. There's a bounce house for some fucking god oddly reason. People love bounce houses when they're drunk.
Bounce houses are the best.
But yeah, I kind of want to like play into like the first 5, 10 minutes, maybe first 5 to 8 minutes. This could be a short film that you think I'm gonna end up with Shelby's character, but then she hits that line of I'm just not that into guys.
Yeah.
And then having it some smash cut to a year and a half in the
Yes.
future, and then we're roommates.
And they were roommates.
It'd be like me
I'm
walking out
here
the back.
for it.
I'd be like, Shelby, what the fuck did you use my shampoo? And she'd be like, I ran out. Like, you couldn't have bought shampoo like last night when you came home. Like, what
I was
the
with
fuck?
someone.
Don't care. Didn't ask. Just walks away. Be
Throws
really
empty
petty.
shampoo bottle behind you.
But it kind of like, the more I think about it, kind of gives me like the feel of um, New Girl,
Yes.
but make it gay.
Oh, hell yes.
But make Jess gay. And I
Yeah.
just play a slightly smarter version of Nick, you know? It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I think if we make a TV show, I'm gonna add more characters and have it just be us two. Just make the cast a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you could have a third roommate that's just a little crazy, but you love him.
Hmm. What if it's Nathan?
Yeah.
Me and Nathan are just each other's wingmans.
What if, like, you tried to set up a date for Nathan's character, but then the date like is more interested in you, and then he tries to set up a date for you, but
Shane,
that date is more
Shane,
interested in him.
Shane. This actually happened.
Wait, what? When?
I think I was 19. I think it was first year of college. I was a Skagit. Me and a buddy of mine, I'm not going to say their names. Me and a buddy of mine went to the hookah lounge up in Bellingham, and he brought this girl that he had a crush on.
Ooh.
We have a good time, just hanging out, chatting, you know. Snuck a couple beers in there because we're cool like that. No, it was really dumb. Or Nick thought it was dumb. I thought it was cool because I put my beer into a monster can, so it looked like I was drinking monster, hiding in plain
Nice.
sight. And then we drove home. I drove home because I drove up there, and they were with me in my car. So I stopped at my buddy's house. I was like, "Hey, I need to go and get some stuff. You guys cool if you guys chill here for a second?" And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, it's fine." So I run up, back down, and I got back to this car, and the energy's completely different. And I was like, "Okay." So we drive his like work crush home, and we go to Nick's house. And on the way to Nick's house, he was like, "Yeah, she asked if you're single."
Oh no!
I was like, "Bro, no."
The wrong crush.
I was just her trying to be a wingman.
Oh no! But you stole her instead.
Nothing happened because of it, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a movie plot right there for sure.
And then like a year and a half later, we went to like a house party that she was hosting, and she was dating somebody at the time, and then she like all over Nick, like Nick, make out with me, and it was like, no, you have a boyfriend. He's like standing right there, and then she stopped. Like she got like tired of Nick saying no. She went over to me, and she's like,
Oh my
come
gosh.
on, and I was like, no, your boyfriend's right there.
Oh my god, this girl's got issues.
Probably daddy issues,
Damn. Clearly.
but it was pretty funny. It was hilarious. They burnt a couch. It was pretty sick.
Ooh.
Stanwood's wild.
Yeah.
Burnt a couch. A dude jumped on said couch that was in fire. It was kind of cool, but also really stupid. I didn't know anyone there outside of my friend and his work crush. It was really awkward. Just didn't fit in. It wasn't fun. Don't go to parties you know people at. Or do. I don't know.
And if you do go to a party and have a crazy experience, turn it into a movie later.
It's more
Yeah.
original than Hollywood remake and everything.
Oh, for real. I'm so tired of remakes. I cannot.
Too many of them.
They make another Cinderella movie and it's not like a gay remake. I'm flipping a table. I'm so done with them making Cinderella over and over again. I'm excited for The Little Mermaid though. They're making it different at least. I'm here for that. And like, hello, live action and underwater. That's actually cool. Live action on land, I'm tired of it. We're done.
What do you mean live action on land? You're tired of it?
Live action remakes on land.
Okay, there
I'm
you
done
go.
with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Crazy lunatic. This is
I
my
am.
co-host, everybody. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's why we're friends.
Crazy and crazier. Guess which one's
Exactly.
which?
I mean, you're the one that wants to play the Joker, so I think you win this one.
I have been told that I am chaotic evil recently,
There you go. See?
and I tried to deny it for so long, and now it's all I think about. It blew my mind. I was like, "Am I that evil?"
That's why you gotta channel it into acting.
This is why I need to play a villain. I want to go super crazy on your movie.
Please do. The crazier you go, like at the very end boss scene, the more better it's gonna be. Who was it? Everyone's been asking, they're like, is this gonna be like a comedy or is it serious? And the answer is yes. It's gonna start off as like this cute little slice of life vibe that you would think that I would make if y'all know me. It's gonna be like, oh, is this like a cute little romance? Is it just like
Do you want?
little slice of life? And then at the end, it's gonna go absolutely insane, and it's gonna be like, what the fuck is this movie?
Do you want to like collab on this? You can write the bubbly parts, and then we can like go over the scarier parts together.
I'll crank out the first draft hopefully by the end of this weekend or whatever, or maybe after my nephew leaves or something. And then we can do like a writing sesh and then go from there. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna try to have the end of April be the time that we start
Okay.
filming it. So yeah, it'll be awesome.
I kind of want to shoot mine when it gets warmer
Yeah, for real.
because I want like a party scene, like a big party scene, but I don't want it to be fucking freezing.
No, that's the worst.
Because I'm gonna try and get as much as my friends to be extras in this. To have like the weirdest group of people at a party before. But yeah, I was gonna
That's
throw like
hot.
Rakeem, my friend John, in there as like little cameos in the party scene.
Yes.
I kind of want there to be like a part where my character does blow in the beginning, and it's when I'm doing blow, it's with like John and Ricky, my two actual best friends.
Oh, yeah, that way it comes off as like natural.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. Like one looks at me across the party and just like shakes a bag, and I'm just like wink and point at him with the finger guns,
Yes.
and it'd be like, "Be right back, good looking," and then like walk away and never come back.
Got him.
Just forget where I'm at. I've been running for about 43 minutes. You want to go a little bit longer? You want to wrap it up here? You have any final thoughts if you want to wrap it?
I wish the audience could just like tell us what inspires them and we could go off of that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, listen here, you dumb little idiots. If
Oh my god. Tell
Jenny,
us
don't laugh. It makes you break
what inspires
character.
you now.
Yeah, tell us in the comments below, you dumb little idiots, what inspires you and what's your favorite chicken noodle recipe. Also, don't forget to follow on Spotify and download our podcast on Spotify because it really helps the Spotify podcast out, dude.